Hey everyone, it's Zoe here, and finally I am back with another video. I am so sorry for not uploading anything in like 2 weeks or something. I don't know. Anyway, so today I'm really sorry I couldn't come back with a review. I'll do one later this week, I promise. But today, because I have a lot of time today, I'm gonna do another Let's Talk About Warriors podcast. So it's gonna be pretty long, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be long. Anyway, so again, this is unscripted. I just have a bunch of topics that I want to talk about, but I don't really have any script. So if there are like long pauses or anything, or if I say if I don't say everything quite correctly, you know what? Just go with it. It's really fine. I'm bad at really like explaining stuff really well anyway. So again, it's unscripted. I actually have something I really want to talk about right now that's pretty exciting. Right now, I'm actually getting started on writing my very own book, which is pretty exciting. I have lots of ideas. Before I'm writing it right now, like the first script, but I already put down all of my character designs and everything, because character designs are actually really important to me, and I like seeing how the characters look. I just really like art, and I like being able to have like a visual picture in my head for the characters. And I already have all their reference sheets, so that's great. And I think it's gonna be really exciting. So honestly, I can't wait until I finish this and get it edited, and probably I'll make way more than one draft, obviously multiple drafts. So I'm just at the very beginning right now, so I don't know where this is going. It could end up, not going anywhere, but I could actually have, a real book, in maybe a couple years. I don't know. Anyway, so with that out of the way, let's get to it. So last month I started reading Moonrise, and I was just like, wow, this book is actually way better than I gave it credit for. Like, the New Prophecy, okay, a lot of people don't like it, but okay, I just think it's so underrated, and here's why. I just think it's really well written, actually. I really like all the characters. I felt like I could connect to them, but that's not all. Next month in February, in fact, I might even start it at the very end of January, like next week or something. If it's still January, then I don't know. But like next week or something, I'm going to start a New Prophecy reread, because I read it a while ago and I just found it boring. But now that I read Moonrise, and I believe I read it all out of order. I read Moonrise and then I read Dawn, and I just found those books like really interesting. I just read little bits of them, and I thought they were really interesting, so I'm going to do a whole New Prophecy reread, because this series actually is probably one of the best Warriors arcs, seriously. Anyway, so yeah, I'm probably going to do it like all throughout February. I mean, there are 6 books in the New Prophecy, so that's like, I could probably read well, I mean, typically it takes me only 3 days to finish a book, so I'll probably get through the arc in less than a month. So the books are pretty medium sized. I mean, they're short, but like not super short. They're they're on the shorter end of average, I'd say, I think. So it probably could take me like 3, 4, maybe 5 days to get through them. So yeah, I probably wouldn't take up the whole month. So that's great. I'm also planning to do an Omen of the Stars reread, maybe sometime in like March. Yeah, because also, oh yeah. Anyway, I need to talk about the Tribe of Rushing Water and why I love them. But yeah, I mean, you probably don't want to hear all about me, so I'm just gonna leave that at that. Yeah, again, it's pretty short, but basically I'm just gonna do a reread of like old Warriors arcs for in February and March, until Lost Stars comes out in April, but I'll talk about that and the predictions later. But right now, I need to talk about why I love the tribe of Rushing Water. It is just so interesting. I've literally reread all of the books where there's the tribe in them. I believe that's like Moonrise Dawn, Outcast, and Sign of the Moon. And I've read all of them. I just thought, I love the tribe. I love getting to know them. That's why I really, really like Sign of the Moon. I love seeing the tribe. I love how, like, the clans are, like, distantly related to the tribe. But I also love how the tribe is, like, really separate and really, like, has their own distinct culture. This is why I love the Warriors world. Like, there's just so much rich history and culture to just get into. It's awesome. I just love it. I love how, like, it's similar but yet different to the clans because, the Stoneteller is like the leader and the deputy and the medicine cat kind of combined into one. So there's that. I really hate Stoneteller though. He's one of my least favorite cats. Like I thought he was just such a jerk, and in pretty much all the books. Like first of all, in Moonrise, he forced Stormfur to stay with him, and then spoilers if you haven't read the New Prophecy, but because he basically thought Stormfur was like the chosen one or whatever, but like the silver cat. But actually, Feathertail was the silver cat. But she ended up saving the tribe, and she died. Spoilers if you didn't read Moonrise or any of the New Prophecy really. But yeah. So like I just thought that was pretty horrible of him keeping Stormfur in like as a kind of a prisoner. But eventually I believe Stormfur did end up becoming mates with Brooke. I love Brooke too. She's just so sweet and so nice. I love her so much. And I love her because also she's not like one of those like cats in the clan who are like really like discriminatory of like kitty pets and stuff. Like she's just so accepting of everyone, and like she was really nice to J-Paw and Lion Paw and Holly Paw. J Feather, Lion Blaze, and Holly Leaf when they were apprentices in the Power of Three. She was just so nice to them, and she was just really accepting and welcoming, and because she knew how it felt to be an outsider. And also, I really like Stormfur too, and I feel so bad for him. First of all, he lost his mother and his sister, and he was like tortured in Tiger Clan and almost killed because of something he couldn't control, which is being half clan. And he watched his mentor die in front of him, and like, okay, so in Twilight, he comes back to the clans because he got kicked out by the tribe. And I just felt so horrible for him. It's like he doesn't have a real place where he belongs. He doesn't belong in any of the clans. He doesn't belong in the tribe. It must just feel really awful to him to just, feeling like he doesn't belong anywhere. And I feel like that's really, really important and really powerful to see that, he does belong in the tribe, and he will be accepted, by his mate and by the other cats in the tribe. Even if even if he wasn't born there, he can still be loyal to them. And I think that's just a really important message. And I don't know, I really like it. I really like this theme of like positivity and like acceptance of like outsiders coming into the clan or the tribe, because the tribe isn't the most like accepting place, but they've actually managed to, welcome him in there. And I just thought that was a really good message. I don't know why I'm saying this. I love the tribe. Oh yeah, Feathertail too. Feathertail was so sad. Okay, I don't know if any of you cried during her death, but I reread it in my Moonrise reread, and I cried yet again because it was just so sad. And the way everyone reacted, especially the way Stormfur reacted, I think he was like in denial or something. He was like, "No, she can't be dead. No, she has a prophecy to fulfill." And Crowpaw was just he was losing like his first love, which I mean. Maybe it's more like a high school crush kind of thing. I don't know if they ever actually were like real mates or anything, but he could have ended up with her if she hadn't died. And yeah, that would have created a bit of problems because they're from different clans. So maybe it was good that it didn't end up the way it did. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I've recently just started being so really only recently is I've just started really being so interested in the tribe and so invested in them, and just I've been just so interested in their history. And at Dawn of the Clans, oh yes, Dawn of the Clans, the Sun Trail, for a little bit we saw them. That was like the ancient tribe. That was like long time ago. Anyway, but like I've only recently started appreciating them, and I've only recently started appreciating the new prophecy way more than I did before. Because, yeah, I just, again with the, this is kind of gonna be like really confusing and kind of a mess. So this is me kind of like talking about like how both the tribe and the new prophecy arc are both underrated. Like, because, they first showed up in the new prophecy. I don't know. They're part of the reason why I love the new prophecy now. Like, and another reason why I love the new prophecy, it's just so real. It's just such a legitimate threat. Like, I mean, I wouldn't want to see it repeated. Like, I hope in Lost Stars they're not going to have to move again, because it could get kind of repetitive. I mean, I'd only really want them to move once. I mean, I know they did move already, but in the Dawn of the Clans, that was only to find a better life or whatever. It wasn't because their whole entire, like, society was, like, depending on it. But anyway, yeah, I just think people really don't give the new prophecy much love, and it needs more. It deserves much more than what it gets. I just think people don't really care about it. Like, they don't hate it. I don't think a lot of people hate it like they hate Omen of the Stars, but I just think people don't care. They're like, yeah, new prophecy, whatever, it's alright. But I loved it, and I think it's really underrated. I love all the... Okay, so like, I think like a year ago or something, I was like, I like the second half of the new prophecy better than the first half, which again is a super unpopular opinion, but I still stand by that statement, even though I love the first part even more than I did like the first time I read it. The first time I read it, I thought the first part was kind of boring a little bit, but second time I read it, I liked it way more. However, I still stand by that the second part of the new prophecy is way better than the first part. Or well, not way better, but better. It's still better. I don't know, I love all the internal conflict and all the interclan, like, politics and stuff. I also thought the Wing Clan Civil War was, like, super cool. Like, I love that part completely. And I thought Cinderpelt's death was very sad. And again, this doesn't really have anything to do with the tribe or whatever, but, like, I loved how Cinderpelt was just so calm about her death. Like, she knew she was gonna die, but she just stayed calm about it. She was like, yeah, I accept my death. And, I don't really care. And, I don't know, I love the new prophecy, like, so much. So, yeah. I think people just really underappreciate this arc, and I still really like A Vision of Shadows. It's still my favorite arc, but the new prophecy used to be my least favorite, and now it's kind of gone above, because I've seen how good it is. I really liked all the characters in it. I felt like I could connect with the questing cats really well. Like, I don't know. It might just sound like I'm just saying, like, I love the new prophecy without giving reasons why, but, like, there's just so much in it. And it's not like, again, because in the first arc, we had, like, a legitimate threat that was trying to, like, take over the forest, with Tiger Star and stuff. But, like, in this arc, I feel like it was nice that they kind of, like, avoided that. Like, they avoided the whole, like, evil person trying to take over the world or whatever, like, whatever that trope is. But, like, it seemed like even more of a legitimate threat, because these monsters that were, the construction that was destroying their home, it wasn't intentional. Like, they weren't intentionally trying to destroy the cat's life in the clans. It was I don't know, it just felt very realistic to me. I mean, as realistic as a series about, like, talking cats and, like, communicating with their dead ancestors and having powers can, but, you know, I actually thought it was pretty realistic, and I almost teared up at the scene in Dawn where everything was, like, destroyed, and even the rock, even the great rock that the leader sat on was, like, completely pulled up. And I couldn't help but get tears in my eyes because I felt nostalgic. Even though I started with Power 3, like when I first started Warriors, but I don't know, it was just the New Prophecy. I'll just say this, the New Prophecy needs a lot more credit than it gets, and you know what, that's my opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. If you don't like the New Prophecy or you don't care about it, then just, you know what, you're feel free to disagree with me and say so down below in the comments, because I know why people, like, don't particularly like the New Prophecy. They think it's, like, boring or whatever, like, and again, too ThunderClan focused or something like that. But, like, I love Stormfur's POV and Feathertail's POV in Moonrise, and that was awesome. So, you know what? I'm not going to complain. And, like, okay. I'm probably going to get so much hate here. Don't, like, completely hate me for this. A lot of people ship Mothwing and Leafpool, and I get it. I totally understand. They totally have chemistry. In my mind, Mothwing is totally lesbian, and Leafpool is bi. Definitely. So, yeah, I do ship Mothpool. I just think it's a little, like, overrated or something. Like, everyone talks about it. Literally everyone. Like, it's like, I don't know. I just feel like, with every, like, ship like that, like, you know, that's not heterosexual, like, I feel like it just gets so much hype just because, you know, they're two she-cats in a relationship. I mean, like, that shouldn't even matter. I just want my relationships to be good and well developed. Like, literally, I couldn't care less about gender, honestly. I mean, I know this is going to be pretty controversial. It's not that I don't ship them. I ship them. I just think it's a little overhyped for what it actually is. Like, everyone keeps saying, like, this is so real and Mothpool is so canon or whatever. And yeah, it pretty much is canon because Leafpool keeps stating that Mothwing is beautiful, and yeah, I totally agree with that. So it's kind of like, I agree and I understand the hype. I just think people, like, go kind of overboard with it a little bit. Like, there's just so much hype. And by the way, I also ship Crowfeather and Leafpool. Like, I don't know whether it's okay to ship both of those ships, but yeah, and that's why I think Leafpool is totally bisexual. Like, because I know she loves Mothwing, she does, and obviously she loved Crowfeather, so yeah. And yeah. And I know a lot of people don't really like Hawkfrost as a villain. I think he was pretty good. But, like, again, I don't think that's really what the second half was focused on. I think it was more focused on all the politics of the clans. And, like, well, you know, I love politics. And the politics of the clans couldn't be more interesting to me. I also thought it was so cool to see all the clans, like, settle into their territory and have to, you know, come together for the great journey, but then they have to deal with the separating once more to kind of, you know, kind of like the old days or whatever. Like, they would have to kind of, you know, divide up like in the old forest. Like, they just, even though it was a new territory, they'd have to still kind of be the same clans and the same cats. So yeah, there was that too, which was really interesting. And yeah, I really liked Brambleclaw in the New Prophecy. he got really boring in A Vision of Shadows, but he was, let's be real, he was so minor in A Vision of Shadows. Like, he was really a really minor character. I really liked his inner conflict in the New Prophecy, and I really liked I don't know, I really liked how morally ambiguous he was. Like, even he wasn't sure if he was like, if he should, you know, be like his father and his brother, or be, you know, the warrior that Firestar wanted him to be. Like, he couldn't figure it out. I also thought in the New Prophecy, it especially, you know, this connects to the whole tribe cats and how they invited Daisy into their group. You know, Daisy's from the horse place, and she's a kitty pet, and she's kind of soft. She's never like fought in a battle before or anything. But I also thought that part of the reason, well, a large part of the reason that I love the New Prophecy now is because I'm just realizing it, like, right now, but like, it promotes a good, like, at least in my opinion, feel free to disagree with me in the comments below, but in my opinion, I feel like the New Prophecy has a really good message. Like, it really promotes, like, diversity and tolerance and, you know, all the stuff that are really issues today, you know, with, like, outsiders being welcome in the group, you know, whether they can be trusted or not, you know, and all the discrimination they face having to prove themselves. It's like that with Brooke and, you know, the other trap casts, and even Stormfur. You know, he had to prove himself, even though, I mean, it was because he was half clan, but also because he spent time with the tribe. And yeah, kitty pets like Daisy and stuff like that, they had to prove themselves, and, you know, but again, it's not like totally them. It's also the discrimination of the clan. I do think the clans have this discrimination, and it's like they don't really do it, like, almost like on purpose, but like, they have this notion that the cats outside of the clans are like less than them, and they have to teach them all the ways, which, like, no, that's totally wrong. That's not how you should do it. No way. But, like, I don't know, I just really like how they had to face all that, you know, kind of discrimination and rise up against it. And I just thought it taught a really good message about tolerance and equality. And I love Firestar. I know people say, like, he's too perfect or whatever, but you know what? I love him. I love that he stands for all those good things. Like, you know, again, like I said, I'm repeating myself so much here, but like I said, equality and tolerance and diversity, and how he accepts that, and how he won't accept, like, you know, discrimination and stuff like that. Against, you know, kitty pets and stuff, which is basically the clan's version of racism. So, you know what? Firestar did a great job. I know a lot of people complain that he's too good, and even the cats in the clans, like, say that, you know, he's making ThunderClan soft and just a clan of kitty pets. No, he's making the clans, just the clans themselves, like, you know, more diverse and less discriminatory against non-clan cats. Like, even tribe cats. They were pretty, like, you know, when they came into the tribe, they thought the tribe were doing things wrong, which they weren't. I mean, in Sign of the Moon, they were. So, see, yeah, the clans are pretty discriminatory, and I kind of learned that as the books went on. So anyway, with that all being said, I think the New Prophecy is so underrated. Like, really, really underrated, and you should all go read it. Well, not really. I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, but, like, it's really good, and it's way better than I thought it would be. I thought it would be, like, alright, but it's really good, and it needs more love. I'm not saying, like, it's hated or anything, but it definitely needs way more love, and people just, I don't know, people just don't see how really good it is. I mean, this is just my opinion. Again, you can disagree with me. It's totally fine. all your opinions will be accepted here. I'm fine with people disagreeing with me, but I just think it's really underrated. And if you have a different opinion than me, you can, post it in the comments below. Because I love to hear people who have different opinions than me. Because, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so with that being over, I'm actually really excited to read the new prophecy in February. I think that will be fun. Alright, so now we have to go to the ranting part of this podcast. In my 20 questions for warriors video, I mentioned how I believe I mentioned how like Ashfur was my least favorite character. If I didn't, well then he is. He is. Anyway. So yeah. I'm going to talk about that more in detail, and I believe I said that in the last podcast, like I would talk about like why I hate Ashfur so much. Like, he's literally my least favorite character of all time. I think so. Like, I mean, I know Broken Star was like pretty terrible too. I mean, I don't know if Ashfur could be that, but he comes at least pretty close. Like, really close. Anyway. I'm not like... Before I go into this, I just want to say, like, I don't care if stuff is like... Because I know Ashfur went to StarClan, and I don't think the authors have an obligation to say, like, this is bad, and he has to go to the Dark Forest. And, I just don't think it has to be heavy-handed or anything. So that's why I honestly wasn't that mad by Ashfur going to StarClan. But I just can't stand him. He is literally so obsessed, and it's so unhealthy. Like, I'm beginning to think, a lot of people said he went crazy during the Rising. I'm beginning to think, he wasn't mentally stable at all. Like, literally at all. Because, and I know, in the new prophecy, again, I was reading the new prophecy, and I got hints that Ashfur would be, like, this villain. He got really angry at Scrollflight. Again, he did play a part in the trap that Hawkfrost set for Firestar. So, and so basically helped get Scrollflight's father almost killed. So there's that. And yeah, so there was hints that he was going to be a pretty big villain in the new prophecy, which, I mean, I don't hate him as a villain. He's not one of the best villains. He's just alright, I guess. But, like, I cannot stand him as a character. I hate him. He's just so toxic and unhealthy to see, like, these characters just, I mean, sure, it was bad. I mean, yeah, it would have sucked if, like, Squirrelflight dumped him, and yeah, that sucked for him, and, he must have felt pretty terrible. But that's no excuse for what he did, trying to kill Squirrelflight's, adopted kids, and her father. Like, that is absolutely no excuse. Just because someone doesn't like you doesn't mean you have to take revenge out on literally all their family. That just, I don't know, that just really makes me so mad. So mad. And, I don't know, like, it's really, really unhealthy. And again, this is part of the reason why I also don't like, Thinleap and Twig Branch's relationships, because, again, it seems really possessive and controlling that he's asking her to have his kids, and, like, basically begging her. Like, that's, first of all, that's really weird, and it's just such a toxic mindset to have. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I don't think Finley took it to the same extremes as Ashfur did, but it was pretty close. It was pretty close up there. Yeah, why couldn't you have accepted it and gone on with his life? Like, at this point, I don't think Ashfur should be with anybody because he is just too. He's not mentally stable enough to be in a relationship. Personally, if you ask me, that's what I think. Because, okay, like, I believe he was like not insane, but like he's not stable, clearly, and you know. It's not the victim's fault. Like, it's not Scrollflate's fault. I will never say it is her fault. Like, she is not to blame for this. I personally, I don't like Scrollflate, but like I felt terrible for her during this situation. Like, I don't hate her, I just don't like her. She kind of annoys me. But that's besides the point. The point is, I don't care if I don't like her. I hate Ashfur way more. Way more. Like a billion times more, and that's why it is never her fault. It will never be her fault. I will never say that it is her fault. I mean, but like it gets me so angry when people actually try to defend his actions. I mean, okay, to be fair, I don't like it when people are like mean to other people about like the characters I like. And I really like Leafpool as a character, and she's one of my favorites. And everyone hates her but me. But like, and if I told people that and then they start insulting me, I would not feel comfortable. Like, I just wouldn't. Even though I can understand why people hate her. Like, it's not me you hate, it's the character. So don't take it out on me and don't start, making fun of me or like yelling at me or any of that. So that's why I don't hate people who like Ashfur. I just hate Ashfur. That's it. Like, that's literally it. I know, because I have seen people who do like Ashfur, and you know what? I respect their opinion. I don't agree with it. I definitely don't agree with it. But I respect their opinion because it just seems completely wrong to me to just hate someone because they like a character that you don't like. I don't know why I started talking about this, but like it is a little off topic. I just wanted to get that out of the way to say, like, if you like Ashfur, that's totally fine. That's the gist of this. Like, if you like Ashfur, you know what? I honestly don't care. I mean, it's not like I don't care about you, but like that's totally fine with me. I respect your opinion, I just don't agree with it. And again, I like Leafpool. If you hate Leafpool, I respect your opinion. I can even see why you hate her, but I don't agree with it. So, yeah. But, and this is just my opinion. I honestly can't, I really hate him. Like, I can't say this enough. He's just so obsessive and controlling and toxic, and I was so glad once Squirrelflight broke up with him, honestly, because he just needs to be out of her life. And I was you can't tell me how glad I was when Hollyleaf murdered him. Like again, I like Hollyleaf. I really like Hollyleaf. Partially because she killed Ashfur, partially because other reasons. She's just a great character, but I loved it when she killed Ashfur. That just made her like her. That just made me like her even more. Yeah, because honestly, Ashfur doesn't deserve anyone. And another opinion. I honestly, though, I wasn't too angry when he went into when he got into StarClan instead of the Dark Force. I wasn't really angry at that, honestly. I was just like, you know what? Yeah, whatever. He didn't deserve it, but like, StarClan has shown us multiple times that they are flawed, and they make flawed decisions, and they make stupid decisions, and that they aren't always right. And you know what? I actually like that, because I like this idea that this perfect, this perfect thing that you've always seen to be is good, like StarClan, doesn't always turn out turn out like they should be, you know, because they all the cats in the clans thought of Star Clan is like this good, you know, these good wise cats who just watch over the clans after they died, but they make dumb decisions and they have flaws. And Star Clan is not a perfect, you know, it's not perfect. The cats in Star Clan are far from perfect. And I believe that this is one of their biggest mistakes. I don't agree with it, but like at the same time, I'm not angry because I like how flawed Star Clan is. It's great. I don't know. I love it for some reason. Again, it probably seems weird how much I hate Ashfur, but like how much like I actually don't mind that he went into Star Clan. But anyways, that's the reason. Literally because I just appreciate, you know, I appreciate things like that, like Star Clan being so flawed and so complex, you know. The cats in Star Clan aren't perfect. And, you know, again, I'm repeating myself so much here, but they aren't perfect, they make dumb decisions, and Ashfur did some terrible things, and they let him into Star Clan. That was a stupid decision. But I'm not angry. Like, I mean, I might seem like I'm angry, but I'm not actually angry that he got into Star Clan. I'm angry at the fact that, like, it's just, I can't believe, like, he would, I don't know, it's just, it really annoys me. He's just so, the relationship between him and Scrollflight is just so unhealthy. So, and then, like, if they stayed together, I can predict that it would probably have been, like, a very abusive relationship. And I can't tell you how glad I am that they didn't end up together. Even though I think Bramblestar is boring, I think he and Squirrelflight were really, really a good couple by the end. So yeah, that's basically what I feel like about Ashfur. Like, I literally cannot stand him. And those are all the reasons why. Again, I have the same problem with, like, Dubwing and Bumblestripe, because Bumblestripe wasn't as bad, but he was still pretty bad, and I hate him. I love Dubwing, though. I don't care what anyone says. Alright, so now for Lost Stars predictions and hopes. I've seen a lot of people do this, and I want to do it too, because honestly, I'm kind of scared for the next arc. I mean, I know this sounds totally weird, but, like, I'm afraid that, like, my favorite characters will die or something. I don't know. Like, okay. First hope, or, like, prediction, or whatever, is that, there will be a huge purge. Like, not just a huge Thunder Clan purge, a huge purge, like, in all the clans, like, a really bad sickness that none of the clans recover from, or, like, maybe, like, it says, like, the Silent Thaw, this is the second book, and on the cover, maybe they cover it all or something, I don't know, but on the cover, it's snow, it says, and, oh, yeah, in the blurb, it says that apparently, I think, I can't remember it exactly, but it's, like, something about a really harsh winter, and I'm like, yes, that is the perfect time for the all-clan purge. Like, so basically, there will be a really harsh winter, maybe a sickness too, I don't know. We could add it in to just kill off some extra cats. Wow, this got dark pretty quickly. But, so, it could kill off, like, 75 to 80% of all the clan's population. There'd only be a few clans, there'd only be, like, a few cats left, and they'll be, like, in panic mode, like, what do we do? Anyway, I'm also really hoping for a Star Clan Civil War. I wanted to see that so badly. Like, I'm not, like, I want the cats in Star Clan to, like, you know, divide sides. I don't know what they'd be fighting over, but, like, I just I just want to see Starklet and Cats fight each other, okay? That's, like, literally what I want to see. Anyway, more Lost Stars predictions. Sorry, it's just hitting me, like, I knew I had a bunch of things I wanted, I just can't remember them all. Oh, yes. This is more like, I hope this doesn't happen. Twig Branch and Finleaf having kids. You already know how I feel about that relationship. It's terrible. I mean, okay, I wouldn't be so angry if they were mates, so much as if they just had kids on, like, immediately, because I feel like that kind of removes the whole, like, mini arc of, like, the Raging Storm where she was like, oh, I don't want to have kids, I'm not ready yet. I feel like that would just negate that or whatever. Like, you know, it just wouldn't feel right. I would be really angry if they had kids. I'm hoping it doesn't go that way. I'm hoping that you know, spoilers for Raging Storm. I mean, I don't know if this is, like, spoilers or anything, but at the end, Alderheart says that, you know, Twig Branch is looking bigger, and I'm like, please don't say that she's expecting kids. Like, please don't let that be hinting at anything. Maybe she's just grown. Maybe I'm just desperately trying to convince myself. Anyway. So yeah. Again, I have lots of predictions. Those are only a few. So. Oh yeah. These aren't really, like, hopes, just predictions. Probably the leader that they're talking about is either Bramblestar, Misty Star, or Leaf Star, because I don't think Hairstar is, like, a fan favorite. So, yeah. So it's either Bramblestar, Misty Star, or Leaf Star. And I don't know. I feel like Leaf Star's pretty old, so she should probably die in this book. I highly doubt that Mrs. Star will live, like, beyond this arc. I would, like, literally be shocked, because let's be honest, she's ancient by now. Like, she's pretty much immortal if she does live past this arc. But I have a feeling that she'll die somewhere in this arc, maybe not in Lost Stars in particular, but, like, somewhere in this arc. I'm honestly not hoping for that, even though I know it's realistic that she'd probably die, like, way sooner, but, like, I'm not hoping for that because I love Misty Star, so I really don't hope she dies. I mean, at the same time, I kind of want her to die because, you know, old leader and everything, but I don't, so it's more like I think realistically that she'll die. Like, it's kind of dumb for her to live forever. Probably, maybe Bramblestar will die. I don't know. I kind of want him to die. I'm bored of him. Let Bramblestar go already. I mean, he's not as old as Misty Star, but, like, he's getting up there. So he should probably be killed off. I don't want Squirrelflake to be leader. And I don't want Ivypool to be leader. And again, I just don't think she's, like, the perfect leader material. It's just not me. I know that's a pretty unpopular opinion, I think, but I just don't want her to be leader. I don't want Squirrelflake to be leader either. Maybe Squirrelflake's hope will have her dying, because that takes place between, I believe, the Raging Storm and Lost Stars. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe she will die in between. But, maybe some of the really, really old characters will either die or retire so the new characters can get development. Well, I can say for sure that the Starklet Civil War is probably what I'm most excited for. I'm just like, fight. I just want Starklet. I just want to see Starklet fight each other. I am so dark sometimes. I'm really sorry. I just just seeing Star Clan cats argue and fight each other. I mean, they have argued before. Like, they're literally the prologues for some of the books have literally been nothing but Star Clan bickering with each other. But I want to see them legitimately fight this time. Like, actually fight with, like, teeth and claws. Like, could they fight each other? Could they even touch each other? I don't know. Maybe they can only touch, like, each other, just not, like, living cats. That'd be pretty cool, by the way. I like to see that explored. I don't know about a villain. I think I wanted to go. Maybe this is just me, fresh from rereading the New Prophecy, but I don't know if I want a villain like an actual villain, more as like a natural disaster, or like a natural antagonist, if that makes sense. Like the weather or something being an antagonist, kind of like the construction in the forest was like an antagonist to the cast, if that makes sense. I don't know if like a non-animate, like if an inanimate thing can be like an antagonist, but like Darktail was amazing and he was a real threat, but like I'd like to see the cats again struggling to save the clans from more like realistic conflict, like, you know, maybe like a really harsh winter, or like I don't know, like a sickness, stuff like that. I just want like a natural antagonist, and this could change. I mean, probably it's just me rereading the New Prophecy and realizing how amazing it is not to have like a real villain instead just having like natural consequences. I don't know if it's just that, but like I'd like to see that again, definitely. A lot of people want there to be a real villain in Lost Stars, and like for the villain to die in like the sixth book instead of just dying in the third book, like it's done in like Dawn of the Clans. Well, not Dawn of the Clans, but A Vision of Shadows. Anyway, but actually that's not what I want. Like, I actually prefer for there to be no like real villain at all. So I know that's pretty unpopular. But again, it doesn't seem like there'll be like an actual villain, because it talks about like a really harsh winter. So probably a harsh winter that's gonna make the purge happen and make me happy. I'm getting real dark here, but you know what? There are way too many cats here, and I think you can all agree with me on that. Anyway, but I actually like that there are so many cats in Thunder Clan, because it's setting up such despair and destruction in the next books. Like, it's setting up so many good plot points that I actually like. A lot of people complain about it, but like I love it. So there's that too. So yeah, I'm pretty sure those are like all my predictions for Lost Stars.